transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Show, fix the problems with the show, and just get the show as good as it can be until you have to say goodbye to it.
All that still to come on the Arts Hour.
BBC News with David Harper. The European Union has been accused of funding operations by North African governments to detain thousands of sub-Saharan migrants and dump them in remote areas. An investigation by a leading news organisation says some were left without food or water. The European Commission has denied the allegations. 9 Egyptian men are standing trial in Greece in connection with a shipwreck last year in which more than 600 migrants drowned. Greek authorities have denied reports by survivors that the boat went down after the Coast Guard tried to tow it. Medical workers in Israel have told the BBC that Palestinian detainees from Gaza are routinely kept shackled to hospital beds, blindfolded. The Israeli army says handcuffing of detainees in the Sadeh Teman hospital is carried out only in cases where it's required for security. Funeral ceremonies for the Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi have started with a procession in the city of Tabriz, close to where he died in a helicopter crash. His body will then be taken to the city of Qum and on to Tehran for the main ceremony on Wednesday. The alleged ringleaders of a far-right plot to overthrow the German government have gone on trial in Frankfurt. The defendants are linked to the Reichsbürger movement that rejects the post-war German state. The US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned German banks they could face penalties if they fail to prevent Russia from circumventing sanctions. She said constant vigilance was required to stop Moscow's attempts to source goods for its war on Ukraine. Schools in the Indian capital Delhi have been ordered to close because of soaring temperatures. On Monday, Delhi reached 47 degrees Celsius. Schools in some other states have already declared an early summer break. South Korea plans to ban a song praising North Korea's Kim Jong-un as a friendly father and great leader. The media regulator described the music video as a violation of the National Security Act. And that's the latest. BBC News.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Welcome.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Show them you got the Coco set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for who? For here, we they call them London. And I sabi you know, just have fun and stay blessed.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show.
And the Morning Show.
This is Star Radio. This is UK. Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Today is the 21st day of May, the year 2024, with a time now exactly as I would say, 10:46 from the hearts of London. And it is a Tuesday edition of the morning show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie, and I welcome you. I welcome you. I welcome you. If not seen me, don't you worry. You will see me pretty soon. But wherever you are listening to me from, do me a massive favor. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. Okay, but let me say a special good morning to the first person who joined on the program. Egbewole Gideon. Yes, wherever you are, Egbewole, good morning to you and thank you very much for joining in as well. But as many of you who have tuned in this morning, I salute each and every one of you. But let me say good morning to my producer, Mr. Francis Gayi, Kojo D, Emmanuel and David. I hope you're all doing very well. They lost their mom last week Thursday, so I know it's a tough time there for them, but I hope you're all doing very well. Let me also take this opportunity to say massive good morning to the one and only Felix all the way in Aberdeen. My apologies, Mr. Malik Dramani Mahama there. Anthony Adedeji Aziz, good morning. Mr. Laimi Koike, good morning to you. Special good morning also goes to the one and only Esther, the reigning champion. Sir Moses all the way in the UAE. And to my bishop himself, Bishop Adeshina, good morning to you. Pastor Momo, good morning. Pastor Mo, I said Momo. Pastor Mo, good morning to you. And then Pastor Momo, yes. And to Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, man of God, I salute you. I hope you are doing very well as well. And let me say good morning to Sister BB Clement will be coming your way this afternoon with BB Means Business. So wherever you are, stay tuned, don't turn the dial. It's going to be a wonderful program. Yes, where we're going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, I promise you one thing for sure, we're going to touch on it. So wherever you are, get your gears, get it up, and let's take this journey, not to the unknown, but to the known, because we're going to make sure that if it's making the headlines, of course, I will bring that your way. Of course, I am
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Okay, let's crack on. So by what program I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel updates. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. From thence, we move on to have a look at the details of all those stories. And then the lines are open at 11:45, at 12 o'clock exactly. The curtains are brought down for the end of the program. Of course, the program will not be void of any music. I'm going to bring you lots of different styles of music, from gospel to jazz and to whatever, name it. I'll bring that your way. Okay. If you have celebrating a special day today, feel free and get in touch with us. Let me take this opportunity to say happy birthday to Pastor Gloria Amakwanda. Hope you are doing very well and having a good day. May the Lord continue to enlarge your territory and bless you. As your years, so shall your strength be. Okay, let's move on from there. Well, the quote for the day says, parents can only give you good advice and put children on the right path, but the final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. And how true is that? You can do so much. The good book says, teach a child the way he should go, and when he's grown, he will not depart from it. So that's the way. You teach them, you do everything, but they are allowed to make their choices from there. Okay, yeah, they have to make the choice as to whether to run with whatever information that you're giving them or stick to whatever they are doing. But whatever it is, Starr Radio UK, we're gonna bring you more on that. Starr, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's move on to some of the other stories My apologies. When it comes to the weather for you this morning, a story about the weather. Well, it is wonderful. Wow, coming in, it was a bit cloudy at dawn when I woke up. It's rained. And I'm like, so what is going to happen today? But let me tell you, for those of you in London and southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you today. And this afternoon will be mostly cloudy with showery rain developing from southeast, turning heavy in places as it pushes northwest. Now, daytime showery rain easing through this evening, but continuing to be rather cloudy for a time tonight. Some clear spells developing in the early hours, however. Top of the temperature is going to be 18 degrees. The lower is going to be 13 degrees. Pollen level, moderate. UV level, moderate. Pollution, moderate. Sunset, 20:55. Sunrise for tomorrow morning, 05:00 hours. And that is the end of the weather forecast for you. I'm going to be having that kind of weather going on for some time, I think, until Friday. So, well, brace yourself. All right, then. So now let's crack on. Let's go to the travels this morning. Let me tell you what is happening on your travels, wherever you are. As we say on this platform, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. Also, keep you navigated. I promise. Our bond. So, what is happening on the travel this morning? For those of you using an underground here in London, yes, apart from the Northern Line that is experiencing minor delays due to train shortages, there are no exceptional delays on any of the other lines. They are running a good service, so check before you leave. Yeah, it's a good one there. London Overground, DLR, and London Tramlink are also running a good service, and that takes us straight to the major roads in London. A3, North Circular A406, South Circular A205 are all experiencing serious delays. That aside, all the others are running. They have no exceptional delays there. You can zoom through it like no man's business. When it comes to the London Cable Car, River Bus, good service there. London Cable Car, good service there. That brings us straight to the final segment of the travel update, and that is the National Rail. Have I got news for you? Yes. Now, I went to West Coast, Northwestern Railway, ScotRail, Southwestern Railway, Southeastern, Southern have all got minor delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. So, check before you leave so that you don't get yourself missing any of your appointments if you're traveling on those roads or those lines that have got minor delays. All right, then. So, as I will normally say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. We come back and we continue with the program. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. It is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 2 minutes to the top of the hour. That is 2 minutes to 11 BST, and if it is GMT, it is 2 minutes to 10. All right then. Okay, so let's crack on. Let me tell you what is happening across the globe that is taking you global trotting. Okay. So somebody say, have I got news for you? Yes, I've got news for you. And what is that news all about? I'm going to be telling you that in a moment. So stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And as you know, we kick off from Niger. Unknown gunmen storm Abuja community in military uniforms, abducts 20. A minimum wage not going back on May 31 ultimatum, Labour is saying. Now, and Abuja light rail ready for commissioning, Wike is saying. Now, students loan, 1.2 million beneficiaries listed as scheme begins on Friday. Air Peace clarifies alleged safety violations at Gatwick Airport. Yeah, yesterday I saw that update and I was like, oops, what is going on exactly? But I'll be telling you more about that. Okay. Now, Uber's UBA's over 35 million customers, 100 Naira share price achievable, Aluwaba is saying. And Kogi indigents protest in London, urge Tinubu to ensure EFCC impartiality. What are they protesting for or on behalf? Nigeria government committed to deepening ties investment opportunities with the UAE. Now, Reps Committee threatens to block accounts of agencies for not honoring invitation. And some news that is coming through: kidnapped son's sister regains freedom in Oyo. Okay, and then Haship, Zamfara receives 42,000 metric tons of grains from the federal government. Now, are Nigerians really struggling, or is it just using something as a headliner? Now, Saudi alliance with Atiku stepping down for Obi, Ruse Ohanze Indigbo is saying. So this and a lot more going to be coming your way. This is all from Star Radio UK. Now, moving on to other parts of Africa, what have I got for you? The Kenyan president on a 4-day visit to the US was at stake. William Ruto landed in Atlanta, Georgia on May 20. He will be hosted by US President Joe Biden in Washington, D.C. on May 23. Haiti, trade and security are some of the issues that he will be talking about. And then attempted coup in Democratic Republic of Congo thwarted. So that story is making the headlines there. And the alleged Americans who are involved in that coup plot, we'll be telling you more about that pertaining to the information that we have. And U.S. troops to depart from Niger by mid-September. That's information that is coming through there as well. And then Jacob Zuma, the former South African president who wanted to stand for parliamentary seat, but well, they're saying, the courts are saying that he's got no dog's chance. But South Africa, what do you call them? The MK party officials react to ruling barring Zuma from contesting that election. We'll tell you more about that. Okay. Coup attempt leader killed by Congolese army. Those are some of the stories, and that gives them the chance to deploy the military in its full rigor on the roads, on the streets. Kinshasa resumes normalcy following presidential palace attack. Okay, so we'll be watching that closely and be telling you more about that. So stay tuned, don't you go away. Now, in other stories making the rounds, minority sounds alarm over alleged recruitment of MPP thugs into security services. Brian Champon acquiring Snake Hotels morally wrong, Professor Ajimendua says. Let me say good morning to Reverend Emmanuel Chidi, man of God. I hope you are doing much better. Yes, nice to have you on board as well. Good morning once again. The new first petition EC to expand access to voter registration exercise. Leader of the new force, Nana Kwame Bediako, has prayed and petitioned the Electoral Commission of Ghana to expand access to ongoing voter registration exercise at a press conference addressed by its leader. Well, a new party. Ooh. We'll see more about that. I will tell you more about that as well. And the OSP, CHGD, has saved Ghana 34 million Ghana cedis from ghost names on government payroll. But well, some people are advocating for him to be fired, and the president has referred it to the Chief Justice. And let's see what happens on that front. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We will move on. We'll move on to some other stories making the rounds this morning as well. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories as well, there's so much pain and suffering in Ghana. Archbishop Duncan Williams lamenting about what? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that. Well, he said that he was there. He saw what happened in 1979 and 1981. And they say, you tell Ghanaians are gentle. Oh, be rest assured, they are not at all. But well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, some numbers calling me. I don't know who they are, and therefore I'm not going to be picking it. Whoever they might be, good luck to them. You can send me a message. You cannot just call me out of the blue. All right then. Okay, now move on to some other stories. Okay, sale of hotels to Brian Champon. Akomia lists snake properties allegedly. Well, so what is all that about? When the government is about to exit power, they go on doing that thing where they find a ways and means to sell some state properties to themselves at the cheaper prices. We've seen it. We've seen it in the NDP. We've seen it in the NDC, and it goes on. So is it what? They come in to serve us, or they come in to enrich themselves? Well, we're going to be looking at it. Well, you put some clause in there, and then you are able to, some way, somehow. So I say it, I put it this way, legal gymnastics. They use that one to outwit us and tell about it genuinely. Well, but Kisejamin may be asked to step aside soon. That is Dom Level saying that. I will tell you more about all that as the program goes on. So wherever you are, don't you go away. Now, in other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well, what have I got for you? Gaza detainees shackled and blindfolded at Israel's hospital say whistleblower allegation centered on a military hospital where a whistleblower said painkillers were routinely not used in procedures. Well, gosh. Well, Australia and New Zealand begin New Caledonia evacuations, and some of the stories making the rounds, and what the ICC arrest warrants means for Israel and Hamas. Well, a German group accused of plotting coup go on trial. Now, thousands on streets of Iranian president's funeral after a crash. Those are some of the stories making the rounds there as well. Now, let's move on to the final segment that we'll be looking at. That is pertaining to the UK front as well. The Prime Minister promises comprehensive blood compensation. Victims and others affected by the infected blood scandal are waiting to hear how much they will be paid. Okay, and then my husband died 5 weeks ago. Blood compensation comes too late. A woman dies in attack by 2 registered ex-bullies. So, registering the ex-bullies did not actually stop them from attacking people. Now the owner has been killed by this XL bullies. Now, so do we put them all down? They're going to be going around killing people some way, somehow, unpredictable. What do you think about all that? We'll tell you more about that. And child abusers, often family and other kids. That's what the police are saying. How true is that? How true is that? We'll tell you more about all that as the program goes on. So wherever you are, stay tuned. Don't you go away. We're going to take some musical break. And then once we come back, we'll continue with the show. So stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK. This is from Edith Morrison, and it says, higher. Let's go higher. And let me take you higher as well.
Da 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 da. I'm going higher. I'm going higher.
The Lord is my light and my salvation, so whom shall I fear? My fortress and my shield, day and night. No need to be afraid. The Lord is my light, my salvation, so whom shall I fear? He's my fortress, my shield, day and night. No need to be afraid. I'm going higher, going higher, going higher. We going higher, going higher, higher, higher. We going higher, 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 higher. We going higher, higher. Higher, higher, we going higher, 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 we going higher, higher, higher. He's your confidence, in His love you can trust. So no need to be afraid. The Lord is your light and your salvation. In Him you can trust. We going higher, we going higher, going higher. We going higher, higher, we going higher. 'Cause we going higher, higher. Higher, higher, we going higher, 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 we going higher. My life is secured and renewed in these words every day, every day. Walking in power and victory. My life is secured and renewed in His words every day, every day. Walking in power and victory. Going higher, 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 higher. We going higher, higher. Every day, walking in power and victory. My life is secured and renewed in His words every day, every day. Walking in power and victory. going higher, 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 higher. We're going higher, 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 higher. We're going
Okay, so that is Edith Morrison bringing you higher, going higher. I hope that I've been able to take you a bit higher than where you are this morning. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to Pastor Sandra of the Ladies to Ladies conference. Yes, organizer of the Ladies to Ladies conference. I hope you are doing very, very, very well. I will get back to you later on. Well, it's the 15th annual Women's Conference 2024. Well. When is it going to take place? I'll be telling you more about all that once I have all the information that they have for you as listeners. So wherever you are, stay tuned and don't touch the dial. But let's move on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning. That's pertaining to the news making the rounds across the globe. Now, interestingly, Pastor Archie is there, and I remember the Chocolate government saying that, well, they're going for an election, and then, they changed the constitution, and so I don't know, after these parliamentary elections or House of Representatives things that they've done, who is going to be chosen as the president, because they are trying to do it like here, right? So we have, but even here that is different. So the party that's got majority now has the party leader becoming the prime minister. But in Togo, I think that was a different ball game. So after they've elected representatives to the various houses, then they will now decide to vote for a person, maybe whether they are party leader or whoever, and that person becomes the president. Well, the opposition were against it. However, they said the ruling government or ruling party are the one who won the election. So automatically, Nyasingbe is going to be. Is it Nyasingbe? Yes, the Yadimas. One of them is going to be that. So Nyasingbe is the father now. So let's see how that is panning out. But so I talk about the democracy in our part of the world. I ask myself the question: does it actually work for us? When you can see blatantly that people are trying to influence whatever things, and I thought that he was going to step down after going for how many rounds? And interestingly, you see, that's why I like talking about Libya most of the time, and I talk about the late Muammar Gaddafi. Whatever his faith, whatever his style of this and what, you see that virtually everyone in the country was benefiting from the resources. Let's say he was building edifices, big mansions for himself, yet everybody in the country was benefiting from it, unless of course you were making too much noise. People were saying, we want democracy, and they got that democracy, and now see the touches that they find themselves in, and see people who use that place as a channel to cross from there to using the Mediterranean to cross to Europe, and all those things that are happening there. If he were around, do you think that would have happened? Well, not to that magnitude though. But we're going to be looking at all that in a moment. So wherever you are, don't you go away. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So let's kick off from Nigeria, where I've said I'm going to bring you all that you need to know. So, unknown gunmen storm Abuja community in military uniforms and abduct 20 people, and that is the story making the rounds. Residents saw fewer than 50 gunmen in military uniform have raided Dawaki community in Abuja and abducted at least 20 people. Dawaki is a densely populated community located opposite Gwarimpa Estate along Gubwa Expressway. A resident said the attack is yet another daring onslaught by the armed men who they describe as bandits. armed robbers, terrorists, among other names. It was learned that the invaders, armed with different categories of weapons, stormed Dawaki around 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, May 19, and operated for over an hour. A resident of Dawaki, Hoji Christopher, said the bandits abducted 17 residents from 3 houses and on street along Fulani Junction. He, however, said 5 of the abductees escaped while being taken towards a mountain in the outskirts of the area. He said while the bandits were heading to a forest around the Usuma Dam, they were confronted by DSS operatives. They immediately opened fire on the security men, but there was corresponding response. Despite the fierce offensive by the DSS operatives, the bandits were able to escape, he said. Now, other sources said more than 20 people were abducted. Now, Abel James, a resident who escaped abduction, said the attackers they wore uniforms and had face masks. But I doubted their genuineness when they started shooting sporadically and they moved towards the community. I headed into a house under construction and climbed upstairs from where I kept looking at their operation with gunshots as they were leaving towards the hill, he said. We later learned that 2 of the gunmen were captured by the security men, and that included DSS and soldiers who joined them later around the Uzuma Dam where the fire exchange took place. Now, a community leader in the area said most of the parked vehicles around Fulani Junction were hit by bullets. The FCT Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, confirmed the incident on Monday. He said he led the rescue operation on Sunday around Ushafa Shishipe through the Mpape Hills. He said that the operation followed a distress call after an attack on some residents of Dawaki by gunmen. We advanced towards the assailants tactically, ambushing them at Ushafa Hill via Bori down to Shishipi. Okay? Now we advanced towards the assailants tactically, ambushing them at Ushafa Hill via Bori down to Shishipi, resulting in a fierce gun battle with the hoodlums, which forced them to flee with bullet wounds, and we rescued some of the abducted victims, he said. Igwe added the rescued victims were in hospital receiving medical attention. Now, this is the federal capital. And if this is going on in the federal capital, then what about other states? So the situation is quite worrying or daunting. But I don't know how government, I don't know what they have to do. Yesterday we were talking about the fact that they've rescued someone, 318 or 380 people who were abducted about 10 years ago by the, what did they call them? This terrorist group there as well. And they said they attacked them and then they managed to rescue them. So if we know where they are, we know the terrain, what equipment or logistics is the government or the federal government giving to the military or the security agencies to be able to operate in those areas to actually stamp down on this? Because virtually, now if I live in that community and this has happened, oh boy, my next move is to find another place to go. But where do you go? Where? The only place where we don't hear much of this happening is in Lagos State. Is it because there are mixed people living there? So it is quite a serious situation. But this is the case when they abduct people, they now say you pay a ransom. And if you don't have that money to pay that ransom, that means that your loved one is going to go down. So what do you do? Already people are stressed and going through all those challenges of life yet. But well, listeners, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Mr. Wike expressed that's Abuja Light Rail ready for commissioning. Satisfaction with the quality of work and the facilities of the train stations. The Abuja Light Rail system is set to be inaugurated by President Bola Tinubu, for commercial operation as part of his administration's first anniversary celebrations. The Minister of Federal Capital, Nyesom Wike, announced this on Monday during an inspection at the Abuja Metro Station in the Central Business District. He inspected the facilities and traveled on the train, making stops at Stadium, Idu, and airport stations along the road. He expressed satisfaction with the quality of work and the facilities of the train stations and stated that the project was ready for inauguration for commercial operation by President. Okay, some breaking news coming through as well. Fulfilling the presidential promise. In a few days, the president will inaugurate the commercial operation at this metro line. We have to thank God Almighty that we are good to go. We are ready and you can see the facilities. So we are very happy and we thank God the promise Mr. President made has been kept, he said. The minister also said that the access road to the train station had also been completed, allowing residents from various communities to drive to any of the stations and board the train to their destinations. Mr. Wike also said some facilities omitted during the project design, including escalators and lifts for the sick and elderly, as well as air cooling system in the waiting areas, will be addressed in due course. So that is another problem with us. So when we are planning things, we have people who are disabled people, let me put it that way, but we don't look at those things. The elderly, how would they access the train station or the platform to travel? But when the designs are being drawn and stuff like that, you ask yourself the question, do we take those things into consideration or those are afterthoughts? Well, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, 11:25 the time. The federal government has backtracked on halting the transfer of electricity regulatory oversight to state governments. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, disclosed this at the two-day stakeholders workshop organized by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission in Lagos yesterday. The workshop on the implementation of the Electricity Act had in attendance the 36 state commissioners of energy and power. The minister statement came a few days after he announced plan to halt the transfer of regulatory autonomy to states and conduct a test phase with a few states. The announcement had caused confusion about whether the minister had the power to give such a directive against the act. Now, Adelabu, who said the federal government would not go against the law, stated granting of regulatory autonomy to states in its provision of the new act, and no one person can single-handedly go against it. So, in one hand, government is saying we obey the law. In another hand, they say, oh, they are saying other things. So you look at the fact that the court ruled that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. I mean, virtually the charges that were leveled against him are all founded. The fact that he was captured and renditioned to, kidnapped and renditioned to Nigeria makes it all unlawful and blah, blah, blah. So release the person, and they've not done so. But on one hand, they say, you know what, we will not break the law. So you ask yourself, do we choose and pick which laws we want to break and which ones we don't? Well. But we live in a democracy, don't we? Listeners, this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. But one of the stories that's going to benefit Nigerians or students this time, the long-awaited student loan program will take off on Friday with 1.2 million students in federal tertiary institutions across the country. The managing director Chief Executive Officer at the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, Akintunde Sawyer, has said. Now, Sawyer, who spoke at a pre-application sensitization press conference in Abuja yesterday, said 1.2 million students in the federal universities, polytechnics, colleges of education and technical colleges will benefit from the first phase. Now, data obtained from the National Universities Commission website indicated that the nation has 226 federal tertiary institutions comprising 62 universities, 41 polytechnics, and 96 techniques, and 27 colleges of education. Now, President Bola Tinubu on April 3 signed the Student Loan Access Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 into law. The assent was sequel to the separate consideration by both the Senate and the House of Representatives of the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and the Tertiary Education Trust Fund. The executive bill titled A Bill for an Act to Repeal the Students' Loan Access to Higher Education Act 2023 and enact the Students' Loan Access to Higher Education Bill 2024 to establish the Nigeria Education Loan Fund as a body corporate to receive, manage, and invest funds to provide loans to Nigerians for higher education. The vocational training and skill acquisition and related matters was signed in the presence of the leadership of the National Assembly, ministers, and major stakeholders of education. The Act empowers the Nigerian Education Loan Fund to provide loans to qualified Nigerian students for tuition fees, charges, and upkeep during their studies in approved public tertiary institutions and vocational and skill acquisition establishments in the country. So we don't have enough universities to go around. Okay, so those in private universities, what do they do? Because it is the duty of the government to provide enough institutions for all the students to be able to be enrolled in there. So if you're saying that we want to give them a student loan, whatever it is, whatever, and you're saying that is for only those who are attending government or federal government universities, colleges, tertiary institutions, let me put it that way. Now, what about those in the private sector, private institution? How do they also get that support, especially when it costs an arm and a leg to send your word there because they didn't get access to the federal government universities? Well, maybe, as I say all the time, afterthought, maybe they will come back to that and do something about that. But listeners, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Don't find a story from Nigeria and then we'll move on from there. Now, Air Peace Management on Monday has confirmed that the United Kingdom Civil Aviation Authority letter to Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority saying all issues raised, including the use of electronic flight bag, have been resolved. The airline said it was responding to some media reports alleging a safety breach by Air Peace in the United Kingdom, which it said contained a lot of falsehood aimed at creating fears and doubt in the minds of flying public. It explained that the flying public, my apologies, it explained that from the commencement of its inaugural flight to London, its operation have been subjected to intense scrutiny by the relevant authorities, which we must welcome as we pride ourselves in our continual pursuit of operational excellence and unwavering commitment to the safety and security of our esteemed passengers. We confirm that the UK Civil Aviation Authority wrote to Air Peace after their statutory ramp inspection on April 7, 2024 to request clarification on our use of the electronic flight bag and some other concerns. We provided the necessary information and the matter was resolved without any issues. It is therefore wrong to say we don't have approval from EFB. Air Peace received approval from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, that's NCAA, and all our Boeing 777 aircraft are certified to operate with the EFBS. So, yes, be rest assured it's airworthy. Okay, listen to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:32, and this time round, I take you straight to some other African countries as well, and let's see what is happening there. Now, after the recent attack on the Palace of the Nation and the residence of Vital Kamerhe, Kinshasa, the capital city of the Democratic Republic of Congo, has gradually returned to its usual routine. Despite the initial shockwaves, life has resumed with traffic flowing offices reopening and schools functioning normally. However, the aftermath of the attack has left a trail of investigation and security measures in its wake. Images from the presidential palace on Sunday depicted a scene of chaos and violence, with bullets casing, blood stains, and shattered glasses littering the ground of the palace entrance. The attacks, which was reportedly instigated by self-exiled opposition figure Christian Malanga, unfolded dramatically, with Malanga himself posting a threatening video on Facebook directed at President Felix Tshisekedi. According to a spokesperson from the Congolese army, Malanga was killed at the presidential palace after resisting arrest by guards. The situation, however, was swiftly brought under control by defense and security forces, who thwarted what they described as an attempted coup. Details surrounding Malanga's death and the events leading up to the attacks remain murky, with authorities providing limited information during media briefing on Sunday. Brigadier General Sylvain Ekenge, the Congolese army spokesperson, disclosed that a total of 6 individuals were killed during the incident, including 3 assailants and their leader, Christian Malanga. Around 50 perpetrators were apprehended, according to Ekenge, who emphasized that the attempted coup was effectively neutralized by Congolese defense and security forces. Well. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And somebody say, when persuasion fails, when democracy fails, fails to do what it's supposed to do, that is what happens there. But at least they still have their democratic dispensation intact, right? Okay. Now, in other stories, beaten but not defeated, South Africa's Jacob Zuma has been disqualified from standing in the May 29 general election. The former president sought to vie in the polls under the banner of the Inkonto Wezizwe, that's the MK party. His supporters and party officials were outside the Constitutional Court on Monday, May 20. This is the highest court in the land, and we can't challenge this decision, but we'll make our decisions as an executive what to do from here onwards. Dictated by Jacob Zuma, the MK party's general secretary Sile Ngubane said, I think a decision basically says President Zuma is not going to go to parliament, but the decision of MK is simple. It says we are looking for 2/3 majority in order to change the constitution. Now, it is when we have changed the constitution that President Zuma goes to parliament. So ours is to go and work. The Deputy Secretary General Arthur Zwane told a cheering crowd. It is a 2021 criminal conviction that is costing Jacob Zuma his eligibility. The 82-year-old announced last year he will not back the ruling ANC in this election cycle. In another matter, the MK party is facing allegation that it forged signatures submitted to the Electoral Commission of South Africa. They had enough support, so why would they do so? But the police are investigating that there in South Africa as well. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. And as you know, when it comes to Africans, they are beating us, we are dancing. There's something against us, we are dancing. We are happy, we are dancing all the way. But if we do the work in addition to the dancing, I think that will be very, very good for us all. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. Well. I was trying to see if I could get that information, but no, I'm not getting that. So we will move on from there. Okay. So let's have a quick break. We come back. I take you to Ghana, where it's all unraveling. Where Brian Champon acquiring Smith hotels. They say it's morally wrong. And I've said that it's not been something that is only peculiar to this current government, but various government that have come and gone, when they are exiting, decide to sell out state properties, cheaper prices to themselves. What do you think about that? Let me hear from you. Star Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 21 minutes to the end of the program, so wherever you are, don't touch the dial at all. But remember, this afternoon exactly at 1:30, we'll be bringing you BB Means Business. Yes, with BB Clement. So keep your dials logged on Star Radio UK. That program comes your way every Tuesday at 1:30. And then a repeat on Thursdays as well. So wherever you are, stay tuned. But now, looking at some of the other stories making the round this around from Ghana as well. Now, Professor Ajimandria has added his voice to this end, saying that governance expert Professor Balfour Ajimandria says the Minister for Agriculture, Brian Champons, acquiring some hotels from the Social Security and National Insurance Trust is morally wrong. Now this comes on the back of Snakes almost done with the deal of selling 60% shares in Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Ride Royal Hotel, and Elimina Beach Resort to Rock City Hotel. The North Tongo Member of Parliament Okudzato Ablakwa has petitioned the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice to probe the sale of 6 hotels, including Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Elimina Beach Resort, Ridge Royal Hotel, Buzia Beach Resort, and the Trust Lodge Hotel to Brian Champon. But Smith, in response, indicated that based on its criteria set out for the sale, Rocky City submitted the best among the proposals. Now, based on the criteria set out in the RFP, Rock City Hotel submitted the best and strongest technical and financial proposal amongst those received. Consequently, it is in negotiation with SNE to buy a 60% stake in each of the 4 hotels that have been named. Now, commenting on the matter, the governance expert indicated that the fact that Mr. Brian Champon is a political figure, optics are awful even before getting into the details. Now, at a glance, the optics are awful. The optics just look at it without even delving into it. Now, the fact that the Minister of State though we know that he started the process of acquiring this before he was appointed a minister, nonetheless, he was in parliament. He is a non-political figure. So whether he started the process before being appointed a minister or he got it during his ministerial appointment is the same. I think the optics are very bad. You see, in governance, even if it is legal, you don't do it because morally it is wrong, Professor Ajimendua stated. Now, the question is, what step can the state take? And when it comes to morality, do Ghanaians actually, especially Ghanaian politicians, do they even give a hoot about it? No. If it's a part of the world, somebody can say that because of that, someone will say, okay, now I've just taken my hands off it. Let it just go. But when it comes to Africa and Ghana as well, oh boy, I don't think we have anything like moral compasses, whether they work well or not. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's move on. Some other stories make it around. Says the OSP and CAGD have saved Ghana 34 million Ghana cedis from ghost names on government payrolls. Now, the Office of the Special Prosecutor and the Controller and Accountant General Department has disclosed that they saved Ghana a significant sum of 34.249737.6 million Ghana cedis for the 2024 financial year in a report released. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Well, but who is there to make any noise? We know that the odds are against him now, and people are looking at ridding or getting rid of him. Now, in another story that is making the rounds this morning, the former president, the flag bearer of the NDC, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, has reported the Kufuor and the EC to Duncan Williams and others. The question is, can Duncan Williams and the others do anything about it? They've been there. It's like, yes, they are reverent in that part of the world. However, when it comes to politics or politics, as we might call them, they don't give a hoot about whoever is there. That's why I was talking about morality. But well, the former president John Dramani Mahama has re-echoed the National Democratic Congress concern about the caliber of some persons serving as electoral commissioners, citing their lack of neutrality. Now, according to Mahama, the appointment of partisan personalities to serve as the highest level of the election management body was a matter of concern, and that the Christian community must add their voice in opposing some of the 2024 vote as the 2024 vote looms. At a meeting with the top clergymen and women on Monday, May 2024, the former president pointed out how his successor and outgoing president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo had appointed members of the New Patriotic Party as commissioners. Now, this is a president who is appointing politically exposed individuals to positions of trust where they are expected to be neutral and non-partisan. Now, people who have served as communicators for the party, those who have been IT backstops for the party, are now commissioners of the Electoral Commission. How can we expect them to remain neutral and fair in the conduct? He quizzed. Now, people who were patrons of Tescon on campus have now become commissioners of the Electoral Commission. We aim to awaken the conscience of the nation to ensure that the right actions are taken so that the election outcome truly reflects the will of the people, Mahama stressed. Now, citing incidents from the recently concluded Ejisu by-election and the ongoing limited voter registration process, Mahama expressed concerns about the conduct of the Electoral Commission, which he emphasized was supposed to be the referee or umpire come December 2024. As we approach the election, we will continue to play our part. We will raise the red flags wherever, whenever we perceive that things are not proceeding as they should. we trust the church community will also remain vigilant and ensure that the right thing is done, he assured. Now, some key clergymen at the meeting with the ecumenical leadership of Ghana, included Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Stephen Wingham, Reverend Lawrence Tete, Reverend Sam Kranche Ankra. Also present were the NDC National Chairman Johnson Asedun Ketia and General Secretary Fifi Fiavi Kwete. Now, the question is, what can the church do about that? But Duncan Williams have made a statement, and it's quite. I look at it and I'm like, The founder and the general overseer of the Action Chapel International, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, has called on all stakeholders in the Ghana electoral process to ensure a peaceful election in 2024. He emphasized the importance of maintaining peace before, during, and after election, thereby avoiding a situation where Ghanaians might be forced to seek refuge in other countries. He highlighted that despite the hardship and suffering in the country, Ghanaians would rather remain in Ghana than become refugees elsewhere. The respected man of God urged all involved to prioritize peace and stability to safeguard the nation's future. Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams made this appeal during a meeting with the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, and members of the Christian Ecumenical Council in Accra on Monday. In his address, Duncan Williams underscored that the desire for peaceful election is a collective responsibility, urging all Ghanaians to contribute to a harmonious and secure electoral process. There is too much pain and suffering in the country. All our doctors and nurses are leaving this country, and we just pray that things will be well handled and managed with transparency and fairness so that we will not end up being refugees in other countries. Because without proper fairness, honesty, and transparency, things may fall out of hand. And may I say this, that nobody should think that Ghanaians or the Ghanaian is very gentle. I don't like trouble. Human being. It is not true. He stated. And he said, well, he's been around. 1979, he was a witness to what happened. And 1981 as well. Where people get to a point that they think, look, enough is enough. But is that falling on deaf ears or what? Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. Let me bring you the final one and then we'll move on. The president of Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo, has commended the decision made by the Social Security and National Insurance Trust to divest its stake in 6 hotels, describing it as a sensible move. Mr. Kujo expressed approval of Senate's initiative to seek private sector participation or co-investment in hotels that it wholly owns, but which are not operating efficiently. He believes this strategy will lead to more effective utilization of resources. In assessment, this decision will not only inject liquidity to Senate's operation, but will also reduce political interference in the management of this brick and mortar business. Now, taking to Facebook today, Mr. Kujo reiterated the support for the move, emphasizing that the agreed upon price for selling the 4 hotels is fair and reasonable. But well, is it good to sell it to a political person or somebody in government or what? Listeners, Starr Radio UK. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to be bringing the program to a close. But if you want to hop in and add your voice to the discussion, feel free to do so. Call us on 0208 133 2257. Or you can text or WhatsApp us is 0753966174. Our X handle is Starr Radio UK and email address is info@starradiouk.com. In other stories making the rounds, quick capture at both. As I did say, a story, breaking news that have come through. One person has been killed and several others injured on a Singapore airline flight from London that was hit by severe turbulence. The Singapore Boeing 777-300ER was diverted to Bangkok and landed at 15:54. That's local time 8 hours GMT or 7 hours BST. Now, flight SQ321 was carrying a total of 211 passengers and 18 crew. The airline said in the statement, Singapore Airline offers its deepest condolences to the family of the deceased. It said the airline added that it was working with Thai authorities to provide medical assistance to passengers and was sending a team to Bangkok to provide any additional assistance needed. The authorities have dispatched ambulances and emergency teams to the Suvarnabhumi airport. It is unclear on as to what exactly happened on board the flight. The turbulence is a fact of flying. However, severe incidents like this are rare, and a bit of bumpy flight is usually nothing to worry about. Sometimes it can be predicted, and pilots are known to radio to each other to give advance warnings, but it can also come out of nowhere. Even though it is a weather phenomenon, turbulence can happen anywhere in any condition. Well, that is the breaking news that is coming through. One person is dead and a few people injured as well on a Singapore flight, London to Singapore flight, which was hit by turbulence. Now let's look at one other story from elsewhere, and then we move on from okay, I'm trying to be quite selective here. It is an alleged coup plot featuring a German aristocrat, a massive arsenal of weapons, and the belief that Queen Elizabeth II's death might have been a secret signal to act. The trials of people allegedly connected to the so-called Reichsbürger movement are underway, with those accused of being ringleaders set to appear before judges. Now, plotters are said to have hatched a scheme to violently overthrow the German government. Investigators claim that the conspiracy theorists believe that the country was being run by a deep state. The hearing in Frankfurt on Tuesday is the highest profile of 3 trials following nationwide raids in 2022. The case is seen as highly significant because of both its size and the potential insight it could give into far-right networks. The Reichsbürger, or citizens of the Reich, is a loose, desperate group that denies the legitimacy of the modern German state, even claiming it was installed by victorious Allied powers after the World War II. Now, domestic intelligence has estimated around 23,000 people followed the movement, which displays anti-Semitic attitudes and a high affinity for weapons. It's alleged that people connected to the Reichsbürger drew up plans for an armed group to enter the National Parliament in Berlin and arrest MPs on what was called Day X or Day 10. According to the indictment, there were discussions about whether the death of the late Queen, that's Elizabeth II, was a signal. Much of the attention in this trial will focus on Heinrich the 13th, Prince Rose, a former real estate developer from Frankfurt who is descended from an aristocratic family, the House of Rose. It alleged the 72-year-old held meetings of the group's Central Council at his home in East Germany and was earmarked as the head of state had the coup succeeded. According to the indictment, he had been responsible for negotiating the peace treaty with the Allies and had appeared at the Russian consulate in Leipzig as a part of attempts to reach out to Moscow. Also standing trial is former judge and MP for the far-right alternative for Deutschland Party, Brigitte Malsack-Winkmann. The prosecutors say she used her access right to a parliamentary properties to smuggle in co-conspirators to scout the area and was responsible for the Justice Department on the group's Central Council. Their plans to reorganize Germany's political structures would have involved a takeover of institutions. Okay, let me see. I think I've got somebody here. Let me see whether I can hear them. Hello. Okay. The person's line dropped. So let's move on from there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. Okay. Now we've got about another 3 minutes to bring the program to a close this morning. Now, people always thought these were crazy people just writing crazy letters to the government, he adds. But Reich said that even though the alleged coup attempt would likely not have succeeded, people still could have been seriously hurt. On a symbolic level, this would have been a success for these radical forces because they would have struck against the government in a violent way, and this might promote the idea of the government is weak. The trial split in 3 because of the case sides are taking place in Stuttgart, Frankfurt, and Munich. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. A couple of minutes more, and I bring the program to a close. Somebody try calling in, but if you manage to do so, feel free to do so as well. Well, some breaking news coming through. Prince Harry has lost the bid to include Murdoch in a hacking claim. Well, he is the owner of the business, but well, a Palace quartet in provisional England Euro 2024 squad will be looking into that as the days unfold. But yesterday was a day of victory and of shame for most for the UK as a whole. He said because the government is now due to announce what the compensation comprehensively, as they've said, is going to be for the blood. Somebody say the blood. Let me just get that right for you. The blood, infected blood inquiry. But so far, almost more 3,000 people have died out of that, the blood infection and stuff like that. Those who are alive, what happens to them? And in another story as well, the XL bully dogs, the fact that we registered them, does that go far enough to stop them from attacking people or they doing all sorts that they are doing at the moment? Because it looks like at the moment, well, they've been registered, and 2 registered dogs, have killed their owner. Now, strict rules about ownership of XL bully dogs are enforced in England, Wales, and they will be introduced in Northern Ireland. However, there have been a number of attacks involving the dogs, some fatal since the laws were put in place. An XL bully is the largest kind of American bully dog. The UK government published guidance to help identify XL bullies which are not recognized as a specific breed. They are described as large dogs with muscular body and blocky head, suggesting great strength and power for their size. Well, yesterday, a 52-year-old, other people killed by XBully include 68 and then 54 and 52 old 65 people have been killed. However, there are no official statistics on the number of attacks by individual dog breeds. The responses show that 2023 police recorded 30,539 offenses of an out-of-control dog causing injury to a person or guide dog. Well, so this is what is happening there. What do you think the next step should be? Do we put them all down? Because you cannot predict whether it's been registered or not. This happened in the person's own home. That's when this current death took place. Well, listeners, I will have to leave us here. This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's been a minute after 12, and I bring the program to a close here. I'll be back your way tomorrow. But remember, this afternoon exactly 1:30, we'll be having the one and only Estelle, the reigning champion. Who is she? Well, BB Clement coming your way with BB Means Business. So before we go, let's take a quick commercial break. I'll bring you some music and we call it a day. But then, let me say, it's been me, your one and only Archie, saying have a top of the day and bye-bye for now.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Okay, so let me say thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. As I did say, I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the morning show. But remember, tomorrow dawn exactly at 5 a.m. or 5:30, I will be having Reverend Michael Siama and the team bringing your way. Command your morning. Yes, prayer time from 5:30 to 6:30. Yes, so join us there as well. On that note, let me say have a lovely day, but don't forget BB Clement exactly at 1:30 this afternoon. God bless you and bye-bye for now.
Now